there wasn't enough space for one more person to come in. So उन्होंने मामा को बोला कि मैं आपको 200 रुपये दूंगा, आपके शॉप के आगे जो फुटपाथ है मुझे वहाँ पे एक छोटा सा बाकरा लगाने दी। बेच कर सब अपना पैसा इकट्ठा करके we all came to Bombay. He had about 18-20 lakhs which was very big for us कि we earned a lot, बहुत बड़े हो गए हम लोग अपने हिसाब से कि we've collected this money and come here. And when we came to Bombay, people said, "इसमें में तो Bombay में कुछ नहीं है." I got to personally spend a lot of time with Irfan sir and Sutapa ma'am. And the kind of understanding that you have of cinema, you understand every pause, every look, every expression has a meaning and why he's doing it. There's so much method into everything that he gave. It was absolutely brilliant.
On today's episode of Celebpreneurs, I have with me Deepshika Deshmukh. She's a film producer from Pooja Entertainment. She's also an entrepreneur. She's got a company called Love Organically, but we'll be getting into all of that a little bit later about the films which she's been part of, like whether it was Sarabjit or whether it was Mission Raniganj or so many others. The first thing, Deepshika, really, which I've been wanting to ask you for a very long time is, I had read somewhere that your father, the founder of Pooja Entertainment, Vasu Bhagnani, he started off by selling saris on the footpath in Calcutta. So if you could shed more light about that, because nowadays there's a lot of, let's say, there's a lot of talk about a film is being made or the actor, but the producers who are behind it, and especially a story like this is something which we would want to know.
So it's funny that you ask. My father actually started working when he was 13-14. He dropped out of school because घर में बहुत सारे जन थे and he needed to make means work. And so he went out and he said कि अभी क्या काम करें. तो उनकी मामा की एक दुकान हो रही थी. So he had his mama's shop and mama's shop was also tiny. वो जो रोड पे छोटी छोटी दुकानें होती है कैलकाटा में. And there wasn't enough space for one more person to come in. So उन्होंने मामा को बोला कि मैं आपको 200 रुपये दूंगा, आपके शॉप के आगे जो फुटपाथ है मुझे वहाँ पे एक छोटा सा बाकरा लगाने दीजिए. And that's how on the footpath he started putting his bakra and he started selling saris. And that's how his journey started. And साड़ियाँ बेचते फिर थोड़े होलसेल में करने लगे, फिर थोड़ा ऐसे करते करते 3-4-5 साल बाद उन्होंने अपनी एक छोटी सी गारमेंट की फैक्ट्री चालू की. वहाँ से थोड़े पैसे बनाए, फिर शादी की, फिर एक दूसरी गारमेंट की फैक्ट्री चालू की जिसका नाम, मेरा पेट नेम हनी है तो उसका नाम हनी लू रखा. फिर उन्होंने थोड़े पैसे कमाए और फिर हम लोग सब दिल्ली शिफ्ट हो गए.
From Calcutta.
From Calcutta.
And which year was this?
I would say I was about 3, so I was about 86, 87.
Okay.
Is when we shifted to Delhi. और फिर दिल्ली में उन्होंने कंस्ट्रक्शन किया, कंस्ट्रक्शन से थोड़े बहुत पैसे कमाए. फिर दिल्ली में हमारा कोई नहीं था, there was no relative, no nothing. So my mom always said या तो फिर हम कैलकाटा वापस चले जहाँ फैमिली है, या तो हम बॉम्बे चले, बिकॉज काफ़ी सारी फैमिली बॉम्बे में थी. मेरी बुआएं थी, बहुत सारे लोग थे जो बॉम्बे में थे. सो ही सेड ठीक है. तो उन्होंने जितना पैसा किया बेच कर सब अपना पैसा इकट्ठा करके we all came to Bombay. When he came to Bombay, he met a few people and they said, उस ज़माने में मैं बोल रही हूँ 86-87 में he had about 18-20 lakhs which was very big for us कि we earned a lot, बहुत बड़े हो गए हम लोग अपने हिसाब से कि we've collected this money and come here. And when we came to Bombay, people said इतने में तो बॉम्बे में कुछ नहीं होगा. आपको घर खरीदना है, आपको बच्चों को एडमिशन देना है, आपको अपना बिजनेस भी खड़ा करना है, तो इतने पैसे में तो हम आपको सजेस्ट करेंगे कि आप सूरत चले जाइए या पूना चले जाइए. उस टाइम एवरीवन टोल्ड हिम दैट. ही सेड अब मैं अपनी पूरी फैमिली को लेकर आ गया हूँ. अगर उन्हें कोई कहता है ना कि यू वोंट बी एबल टू डू दिस, ही से मैं करके दिखाऊंगा. बिकॉज ही इज कम फ्रॉम ग्राउंड अप. उन्होंने सब कुछ अपने आप बनाया है, उन्होंने बहुत मेहनत की. हम बॉम्बे में जब शिफ्ट हुए, मुझे आपको कहना, हम शेरे पंजाब, आई डोंट नो इफ यू नो ऑफ शेरे पंजाब, अंधेरी ईस्ट, मतलब वहाँ पे जस्ट कंस्ट्रक्शन चालू हो रहा था. वहाँ पे हमने एक 1 bedroom हॉल लिया रेंट पे, और मेरी मम्मा ने कहा कि आई एम हैप्पी कि मैं बॉम्बे में हूँ. फिर सब लोग बांद्रा खाल में रहते थे, हमारे सारे रिलेटिव सब लोग. तो जब भी उनको जाना होता था, गाड़ी तो थी नहीं हमारे पास, ना ड्राइवर था. सो शी यूज्ड टू से लाइक ये तो ऑटो वाला कोई लेके ही नहीं जाता है, बोलता है कि वापसी तो होगी नहीं आपकी, कौन जाएगा इतना दूर और आएगा.
अच्छा, that time also auto wallahs were like that, huh?
Auto wallahs were like that, taxi was like that. And then he started construction there. He made 11 buildings you know,
Oh, wow.
in Shere Punjab itself, like
So
in
then
and
he
around.
got into construction from the sari business.
From the sari business in Delhi also he did some construction.
Okay.
And then he moved to Bombay. In Bombay, in Shere Punjab also उन्होंने you know पहले contractual basis पे किया, फिर एक दो अपनी buildings बनाई, ऐसे कर करके उन्होंने 11 छोटी छोटी buildings बनाई. He collected a decent amount of money. We bought a 1-bedroom hall, again rented apartment in Khar.
Okay.
आफ्टर 2 years जब हम नए नए आए थे हमें कोई भी एडमिशन अच्छे स्कूल्स में नहीं मिल रहा था बिकॉज यू नो यू नीड सोर्स यू नीड टू नो पीपल. फिर जाके मेरा सेंट ट्रीजास गर्ल्स में हुआ और मेरे भाई का सेंट ट्रीजास बॉयज में हुआ जैकी का. आई थिंक वो दिन आई थिंक माई डैड वॉज वेरी हैप्पी कि मैं बच्चों को एक अच्छे स्कूल में एटलीस्ट डाल पाया हूँ यू नो इतने साल की मेहनत करके. ही स्टार्टेड विथ प्लास्टिक्स. He put up a unit and he started manufacturing cassettes. And cassettes. Okay. And that's how we got connected to the film industry.
Ooh.
So he manufactured cassettes.
So this is, I'm thinking early 90s.
Yeah,
early 90s,
like 89, 90s
yeah.
he started. And you won't believe, एक announcement आया TV पे where the finance minister announced that there's going to be a tax exemption. And in Silvassa, Damandiu. मतलब वो announcement finish भी नहीं होगा. He sat in his car and he left. By night, he had picked up 4 units to put factories in Silvassa.
Okay.
And that's when, you know, from there we became one of the biggest manufacturer of cassettes in India.
Oh, wow.
That's how his story expanded.
So these are music cassettes or even VHS?
Music cassettes.
Okay.
फिर उसके बाद उन्होंने टिप्स के लिए एक्सक्लूसिव मैन्युफैक्चर करते थे जिसमें you know आपको पता है इंडिया में पहली बार एक कैसेट पे एक एम्बॉसिंग आती थी. टिप्स की एम्बॉसिंग थी तो वो पहली बार हम लोग लाए इंडिया में. And that's what dad did. And they are also Kumar uncle, they are Ramesh uncle, Kumar uncle, they are family to us because that's how you started off in the industry. और मुझे अभी भी याद है, you know, my dad used to work till really late because Silvassa में factory होती, used to come back. He used to tell us Philips Top 10 आता था तब. I don't know if you've seen it.
Yeah.
So it used to come on ZTV and my father used to always tell me, you know, लिख के, so you know like those studious students, both Jackie and me used to write down कि आज number 1 पे गाना कौन सा है, number 2 पे गाना कौन सा है. So it was like that, and that's how we got connected to the industry. And then should I just continue how he got into films?
No, yeah, please go ahead.
And
I've got 3 more questions because they're the same.
Then he saw Aankhein. It released in 1990. It released in 1993. And जब पापा ने आंखें देखी, he said मुझे तो पिक्चर बनानी. We said what? You don't know anything about films? How is my mom used to tell him कि ये कैसे हो रहा है? हम तो बहुत छोटे थे. We were 8-9 years old. So he went to David Dhawan ji, and he gave him some money as advance. And David ji said, okay, many people come like this.
Yeah.
So he took the money and he knew that this man will come back tomorrow and say, sorry, गलती हो गई. You know, वो एक होता है ना कि मैं आके मैंने दे दिया, I'll take it. Next morning he went back and he said, नहीं मुझे really में picture बनानी है. And that's how Coolie No. 1 started for us.
First picture was Coolie No. 1.
It was in 1995, June it released. And
so from saris to plastics to construction to music cassettes to the film industry.
Yeah.
That's the entire journey, huh?
Ji.
And then you got in, and the first film was in 95, you're saying?
95 June.
95 June. So
Coolie No. 1 was the first film. उस समय I don't think we knew what actors are or what films are because we were very young. So we weren't like understanding what really is happening.
Like
it was
like a celebrity or something like that. It's like, okay, fine, it's happening and
correct.
I'm just there. Yeah.
For us, it was Chichi Uncle. Because we were so close, all of us on set. You know, पहले ज़माने में sets were like family outings. So, you know, whether it was Hero No. 1, whether it was BV No. 1 and all these films that we've made, I remember all our summer vacations used to be on set. So, Varun, Rohit, Namu, Jackie, me, we were all on sets. सब लोग उधर ही रहते थे, खेलते थे, स्विमिंग करते थे. मतलब it was like a such beautiful memories I have.
And then I think the other big one was of course the first Bade Miyan Chote Miyan.
Yeah.
So that is probably when you must have met Amitabh Bachchan for the first time.
Yes.
So what was that like?
You know, I was okay, but I have to tell you my mom's story. So my mom said मेरी life में मेरी 3 ही wishes हैं. एक विश था कि मुझे लंदन में घर चाहिए. ओके. एक विश था मुझे फ्लाइट में बैठना है. फ्लाइट में नहीं बैठे थे वो जब तक शादी हुई थी. एंड हर थर्ड विश वाज कि मुझे अमिताभ बच्चन से मिलना है. सो माय डैड सेड फ्लाइट वाली तो मैं पूरी कर दूंगा बिकॉज ही टुक हर एज सून एज दे गॉट मैरिड. तो पहली बार फ्लाइट में उनके साथ ही बैठी. उसके बाद उन्होंने कहा लंदन का घर बहुत दूर है, ये
हाँ.
तो नहीं हो पाएगा,
पहले बैंड्रा में ले लेते हैं. हाँ.
पहले तो एंड अमित जी से मिलना मतलब ये तो इम्पॉसिबल है, हो ही नहीं सकता. So my mother and father used to actually go out and stand every Sunday outside Bachchan Saab's house.
Oh.
So you know when we signed him, my father went for the first time. My mom said, "You went alone. You didn't take me. You know, मेरे को तो ले जाते, मैं इतनी बड़ी फैमिली, मैं पहली बार जा रहा हूँ, मैं आपको कैसे ले जाता?" So when he went there, he told Amit ji कि you know my wife is a very big fan and she was like, "Please, I want to meet him." He said, "Please उन्हें बुला लो." And you won't believe, my mom went there and she has frozen because they're sitting on a dining table. My mom was shivering और अमित जी ने उनको कटोरी में डाल के दी. So उनको तो believe ही नहीं हुआ कि so humble, मतलब he was a legend and my mom has grown up on his films. So you know उनके लिए वो सबसे बड़ी बात थी. And I think that day when she came back, she was so happy कि one of her dreams of her entire life came true. What you see when you're young, involuntarily, you want to, when you see the actor, director, producer work in tandem, creating magic, like all their films were super hits.
Yeah.
You somehow want to be part of that. You realize that filmmaking and films have such a large impact on people. You know, I always wanted to make stories that will make a difference, that will tell something. So when Sarabjit came my way, you know, I'm really honored that it was with the first film was with Aishwarya. She's a thorough professional, both Randeep Hooda and Aishwarya. And then for your first film, we walked the red carpet, and to you know back then, in 2015,
You're talking about
Cannes, you know, to see the kind of reception Aishwarya Rai Bachchan was getting back then.
Yeah.
My God, I was in awe. I was so proud because everybody just wanted to capture her. You know, so I think she brought India on the map in her own way at that time. You know, she was one of the first few people.
It was Sushmita, and then Aishwarya, of course, became very famous in film. Then you're talking about Cannes also.
Yeah, it was such a humbling experience for me as a producer because apparently no Hindi film had ever been there at that time. So we were the first ones who went and the first ones who premiered and walked the red carpets. This can only be happened because you were part of a film like this and you could make this happen.
So Sarabjit was your first film, released
film.
in 2016, right? Like you said, Mr. Bhagnani, of course, he had a series of hits.
Yeah.
And then it's your first film, so obviously there's a certain amount of pressure and all, which is obviously there. How did you finalize on the topic that this is the kind of film which I want to make? Because, you know, it is not that typical masala, action, comedy, etc., which actually...
What is the forte of Pooja Entertainment?
Exactly. I mean, you talk about Bollywood, yes, but even Pooja Entertainment. So when you decided on something like this, was it a sudden decision? Was it something which had been you had been deciding on it for some time?
You know, I think the bond between the brother and the sister in that film was so strong that a sister did so much for her brother, and the way she sort of cut across boundaries also, or you know, and made sure she did everything she can for her brother. That love, that bond is what drew us towards the story. And that's why if you'll see that film was so well accepted on every platform at that point of time. And yeah, it will always be special.
Even Mission Raniganj for that matter.
Yeah.
I was going to talk about that next. As far as Mission Raniganj is concerned, that is also something current generation hardly really knew about it, what had happened. So how did the story of Raniganj come to you? Was it your idea? Had somebody approached you?
No, I think the story had been written for a few years and a lot of people had heard it, but people were, you know, thinking how, because it's not an easy film to make. When Tinuji bought the film to us and when we heard it, again, same like Sarabjit, you know, it made us cry. So, you know, Jaswant Singh Gill ji is someone who back then saved 65 miners. But more than that, it is a story of a man who, it's India's first rescue mission, coal mine rescue mission.
Okay.
It's also the world's first coal mine rescue mission. They've been awarded. And you know, when you see a person back then, जब social media नहीं था, Google नहीं था, ये नहीं था, how would he have figured out कि इतने मतलब किलोमीटर में कहाँ पे वो miners फंसे होंगे, कैसे उनको निकालना, क्या strategy use करना. And I think this is what India stands for: resilience, determination, grit, engineering, brilliance at that time. And then we thought कि इसका role कौन कर सकता है, because Jaswant Singh Gill ji was Sardar ji, he was so proper, and nobody else but Akshay sir came to your mind, because he could carry it off, you know, and people believe stories coming from him. Because you know he's always done these kind of films where
he's done a lot of inspiring films,
yeah.
no doubt. No
and
doubt.
I think
and he's played Sardar also in so many
Ji,
films which
ji.
have been super hits.
Yeah.
So I think that was a pretty good
Yeah.
choice to go
Yeah.
for. So how was it working for Akshay, and what was his reaction when you told him the story?
So he had also heard the script earlier.
Okay.
And he always said that I wanted to do this film. I'm glad that now you want to do it. Sort of we came together to make it. You know, there's so much research that they've done on that film. I must tell you, it is one of those films that's so close to my heart, because the kind of history they have collected on it. You know, आप believe नहीं करोगे, जब हमने set लगाया, we actually stenciled the real mines. We took official permissions, we stenciled the real mines, got those dhachas and have made sets out of that. We, like, our art director is brilliant in that way.
Yeah.
It's crazy the kind of research that went into कि कितना डार्क होता होगा नीचे, कितना लाइटिंग रखी. इट वॉज सो रियल. पानी कितना होता होगा, पानी का टेम्परेचर क्या होता होगा, उस हिसाब से उन्होंने काम किया. सो आई थिंक इट वॉज अ वेरी डिफिकल्ट फिल्म to make in that way, because it was, you had to be true, right? There was no other way. You had to be true, and you know, mine rescue films have not been shown in India before. The film didn't do as we had expected on the box office, and that was very heartbreaking.
That's one thing, you know, which I've been wanting to talk about. Like, you know, when you put in the amount of effort into a film,
Yeah.
right? Especially as an actor, definitely, as a director, definitely, even as a producer, when you've backed a film, right? And great story, real story, inspiring, and it doesn't do well with the box office. Do you also think that the current generation, we are too obsessed with box office?
You know, I mean, it's a benchmark that people have kept, but you know, for a producer, it's very heartbreaking, because, and for a director and everybody involved with the film, because you know, सबने इतनी मेहनत की है. Every single person has come together and put so much, their entire, you know, there's so much blood, sweat, money that goes into
Exactly.
making this film, and then when it doesn't do as well as it was expected to, it affects everybody in that chain. But you know what's really gratifying, कोई बोलते हैं कि आपने श्राद्ध में release की, कोई, you know, there are different
Then
things
we-
people
100
that
theories
come
which will
out,
come out, yeah.
But you know, I must tell you that it released on Netflix and it was globally #1. So it was accepted on a global level, where international content is being showcased, and I was really proud of that, because I think only one other film on Netflix has been on global #1 before us.
That is
Since
one thing which
Mission Running
OTTs have done, sort of
Opened up the platform.
exactly open up the platform, not only to India but all over. So a film which is being made over here,
Yeah.
it's seen on the other side of
Yeah.
the world, and they also sort of course, they are exposed
Correct.
to new stories.
So you know, I think it's the power of storytelling, where people want to see things, want to know, and it's really unfortunate that it didn't do well at the box office.
I mean, part of life.
But it did,
It's
yeah.
sort
But
of,
it did really well on the other platforms, and people really appreciated the film, and that's very gratifying.
And now coming to your upcoming film,
Yeah.
which is, I mean, very interesting title. But again, going with, you know, Coolie #1, Hero #1. This is sort of Meri Husband Ki Biwi.
Meri Husband Ki Biwi. I love this title.
So what is the story? How did this come about now?
So you know, it's a film made by Mudassar. He's the director of the
Yeah.
film. You know, he's made Pati Patni और वो कार्तिक आर्यन की थी पहले, या खेल खेल में he's
Right.
done, या Happy भाग जाएगी he's done. So his genre is very like husband wife पे या relationships पे वो एक comedy comic capers बनाते हैं. And I think जब हमने ये कहानी सुनी, we absolutely loved it. The story itself is so funny, and the name itself confuses you कि what exactly is this कहानी about? And I think the world needs a lot more of smiles and laughter.
Oh, yeah.
And we really hope that this film is going to bring a lot of smiles and laughter into your lives. It's releasing now on the 21st of Feb. And I think I'm very excited. The trailer is coming, literally dropping next week.
Oh.
And I think people will find it really, really interesting.
Okay, all the best for that.
Thank you.
Before I sort of move on to your entrepreneurship and business journey, the last sort of film related question which I'd like to ask you was, you know, BMCM, the second part,
Yeah.
Bade Miyan Chote Miyan, that film sort of not doing well. What are your learnings probably which you've taken from there?
You know, we went, you know, that franchise is very dear to us because the first one was a massive hit. and we went with the director's vision. Again, unfortunately.
And it was an interesting take.
Yes.
Okay, you're casting these two people known for their martial arts skills in an action film, which the previous one was not. It was basically comedy and drama and whatnot. So the premise was very interesting. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
And especially, I think even Akshay and Tiger coming together for the first
time. Yeah.
So that
there was a lot of hype around.
Exactly, and there would be, right?
Yeah.
So then, continue. Yeah.
So I feel like the learning that we've got from this is the audience has its own mind ki when they want to see a film. Unka decision sar aankhon pe. The film was not accepted by the audience. It's very heartbreaking again for everybody involved with the filmmaking process. But like my dad always says, that you have to pick up and move on. There are things that you have to accept. It still has a toll on us. We've all taken a big hit in the company.
For sure.
So it's taken us a whole year to pick ourselves back up and come back here. But I feel like the intent and the honesty and the purity towards the film was there from our end. And I think that's what matters at the end of the day. How true you are to what you're doing, and outcome is not in your hand.
One thing I must mention, I like the nod which the film gave to, I don't know how many people actually noticed this, to Satish Kaushik, because you showed that particular frame from the original film in the new one. So that was a good way of showing it. Like even I was interviewing Anupam Kher the other day, and he keeps mentioning Satish Kaushik and the daughter. So that was of course a sort of a memorable thing. Madari. In fact, that's one of my questions over here. Again, 2016, if I'm not wrong.
2016, yeah. That's from the second film.
Second film, who came up with the name of that TV studio, Strawberry Films? Was it you? Was it somebody else, the script writer?
No.
That was very interestingly titled because all these, these Sunny episodes and TV, it sort of fits into it.
Into it, yeah.
So, like that film, how did you think of doing that? Because again, a great story, no doubt, but again, not the typical Bollywood sort of a thing.
Yeah.
Right. But again, Irfan Khan.
Yeah. So it was a film on anti-establishment. When the film came to us, we loved the story and Dad wanted to back it with everything we have. And that's how Madari happened for us. I think the kind of learnings we've had with Irfan Saab, I must tell you, it's been directed by Nishikant Kamat.
Yeah.
And he's also not with us anymore. And the kind of body of work Nishikant sir or Irfan sir have left behind really inspire us even today. He directed Drishyam just before Madari.
Yes.
Which was a massive hit. And this film also, I don't know, but people keep, tagging us and saying this is a gem that needs to be re-released. This is something that people need to see again because, you need to show more people this film. And hopefully we'll re-release it. But what was beautiful was I got to personally spend a lot of time with Irfan sir and Sutapa ma'am. And the kind of understanding that you have of cinema, you understand every pause, every look, every expression has a meaning and why he's doing it. There's so much method into everything that he gave. It was absolutely brilliant. The kind of learning I've had has really enriched my body of work just by being present there and making things happen. Like for marketing also, he would always question us, okay beta, I'm going to do this, but why?
Yeah, the way he gets into the depth of the character, the way he would.
Unbelievable. I really feel like the industry is missing on to a big gem. It's a big loss to the industry.
That's, I think, something which you cinema goers, everybody is sort of feeling that. Now, moving on from films, right? You're part of this project called Read Latour. And I hope I am pronouncing it correctly.
Latour.
वहाँ के जो वासी हैं, please मेरे को ट्रोल वोल मत कर देना. Tell me about this project because again, we talk a lot about films, but this is something which I read about and I wanted to explore more. How did you get involved with it? What is this project about?
Read Latour is a project which is very, very dear to my heart. We go to Latour all the time. And every time I go to schools and I met children and I visited children, I realized that, they are so bright. There's so much that they have. But, in these schools, they didn't have access to libraries. And I personally believe, being a mother, I've seen the difference in Vansh and Divyana ki when they've started reading books, when they've started reading storybooks, kitna difference hua unke life mein. And I really felt like this is what I should do. So I started a program where I wanted them to start reading, which they weren't doing. And we didn't know how easy or tough it would be when we started off 3 years ago. But the kids took it up so well. When they saw the books, they got very excited. We started collecting a lot of books, and we've seen a huge turn in their lives. You know, people are speaking better English, better Marathi, better Hindi, and also the imagination opens up. You know, एक book है जिसमें, like I must tell you one example. There was this girl, and she sent us a note when I went to meet her, and she wrote a letter also for me, and she said कि in Marathi, of course, but I'm going to say it in English. But she said that, you know, when I read this book, I saw this person in the red car. मी जेव्हा मोठी होणार, मी हे लाल गाडीच घेणार. So it's like when I grow big, I'm going to get this red car. So it inspired her. So it, you know, and I think that's what's important, because you're giving kids an imagination, you're giving kids something to read, and I think that's why this thing is Read Latur is very special to me. And I want to tell everyone who's watching also, please join us in this mission. As many books we can collect, as many kids we can set up libraries for, the better it will be.
In case someone wants to give books for the project, where do they send it?
So we have a helpline number where they can send in their books, and you know, we sort of sort it out and we properly label it, scan it, we add a QR code, and that's what, only then it goes out to the children.
So we'll put the helpline in the YouTube description.
Sure, definitely.
And whoever wants to, you know, contribute books can definitely go to that helpline and go ahead with that process. So that will be good. You'll get more books. But what did you also get to know about life over there? You know, when you, because here you are, of course, in your case, you weren't born into a filmy family.
Yeah.
You are a family which sort of saw the journey right from the bottom to the top. Now, when you went over there, what did you realize? A lot of things about their life which you weren't privy to before.
You know, I think I fell in love with the simplicity. You know, हम इतना, मतलब आप सब जगह घूमे हुए हो, वर्ल्ड के सारे जगह गए हैं, इंडिया में सब जगह गए हैं, and I feel Latur is सुकून. For me, Latur is like my life. There's so much peace there. यार गाँव में, you know, हम लातूर में भी हम एक गाँव में रहते हैं, बाबल गाँव, and इतना पीस है वहाँ पे, आप बिलीव नहीं करोगे. यू हियर बर्ड्स चर्पिंग. बॉम्बे में आपको कब लास्ट बर्ड्स चर्पिंग सुनाई दी होंगे? मतलब यू आस्क माई चिल्ड्रन, देव गॉन टू लंदन, अमेरिका, पेरिस, दुबई, हर जगह गए. एनी टाइम एनीबडी आस्क देम, बेटा इफ यू हैव योर नेक्स्ट वेयर यू वांट टू गो नेक्स्ट, Latur, take us back to Latur. They love it there. You know, there's so much freshness in the air. The farms are beautiful. और main तो I think लोगों का प्यार, बहुत प्यार मिलता है वहाँ. There's so much love, blessings that you get. मतलब आप खेतों में you're growing your own vegetables and you're eating that same vegetables. It's beautiful. वहाँ के खाने का टेस्ट ही कुछ और है. वहाँ का ठेचा, वहाँ का दूध.
I think वहाँ का खाना is actually organic.
Very organic.
Not what they say in certain places, you know, this is organically grown and all. Okay, fair enough, but there you're having it right from the ground.
Yeah,
itself.
it is. But now, you know, I think what happens is also like in Latur for us, आप कितना भी काम कर लो सवेरे से रात तक, 8 o'clock you're done. You have time for your own life. बॉम्बे में आप कुछ नहीं करके भी आप 10:30-11 तक बिजी हो. I don't know what people are doing.
Because बॉम्बे में traveling में इतना टाइम लग जाता है बॉम्बे.
मतलब even if I'm doing nothing, 10:30 तक हम लोग अरे अभी भी एक email reply करना है. You know, the life is not the best life I feel in cities. Life in Latur is, like I said, Latur is sukoon.
The level of simplicity which is there.
Beautiful. And you have everything, yeah. You have coffee shops now come up. You have your KFC. You have your all these you know, Domino's है. इतनी सारी चीजें हैं. Kareem's है, मतलब बहुत सारे restaurants हैं, अच्छे restaurants.
Kareem's is there in Latur?
Yeah. We have
I think now so definitely people should visit Latur, because apart from what she said, Kareem's is also there. And I think all the other restaurants, because a big motivator for a lot of people is food, I believe nowadays.
Latur has the best food, from the vada pavs to the pohe to the dosas. Oh my god, I can't stop. Now we have even like very cool coffee shops in Latur. So Latur is, and it's an educational hub, so you have a lot of youth coming in.
I think we'll be getting a lot of more influencers going to Latour now, probably after this video. But moving on to your the entrepreneurship angle, really, you started this company called Love Organically.
Yeah.
Right. So you were into film production. You're producing films. So how did you think of getting into this? Even though a lot of celebrities, a lot of people from Bollywood have started their own companies, have ventured into entrepreneurship. How did you sort of venture into this?
You know, back in 2016, I don't think the idea of entrepreneurship was so big. You know, at that time, people were just starting off doing their own things. You know, if you find there's a gap that I found. My son had some skin allergies. जैसे eczema होता है, dry skin होता है, तो उसको कुछ भी आप लगा रहे थे ना, तो his skin used to flare up. या तो फिर आप वो क्रीम अमेरिका से मंगाओ या यहाँ से मंगाओ जो ऑर्गेनिक है, एक तो कौन आएगा, when will they bring that cream? Then I went into Ayurveda and I met a lot of Ayurvedic doctors who told me, you know, ये आप करिए, घर पे ये क्रीम बनाइए. You know, they used to send me. अब वो क्रीम आप बना कर भी रखो तो it lasts you 2 days, 3 days, 4 days. उसमें बादाम डालो, उसमें ये oil डालो. But I found it very fascinating because it helped his skin. And I was like, I'm one mother. How many more mothers must have been going through this? Not everybody has the time कि आप घर पे क्रीम बनाओ और रखो, उसमें बहुत समय लगता था. That's when I decided that I am going to meet a lot of Ayurvedic doctors, botanical things. मैंने बहुत study भी किया है. लंदन में एक 3 महीने का कोर्स था ऑनलाइन बोटानिकल इंस्टीट्यूट से, वो भी मैंने फॉर्मुलेशन सीखे वहाँ पे, ताकि इवन दो मेरे पास बोटानिस्ट थे या केमिस्ट थे जो हमारे लिए ये बना रहे थे, यू स्टिल नीड टू नो द बेसिक नो हाउ of what you're making, and that's how we started Love Organically. So you know, back then when I launched it, I think we were one of the first 3 or 4 companies making organic in India at that time. That's how it started. But you know, like I said, a passion project that 2016.
Okay.
When we launched it.
So 2016, you had Madani, you had Sarabjit, you had Love Organically.
Yes.
It's a pretty big year for you.
You know, in fact, सब लोग मुझे बोलते हैं कि आपने शादी के बाद इतना सब कुछ कर लिया. लोग तो बोलते हैं बच्चे हो जाते हैं, तो you know, I feel like it also matters about your family or your partner. My husband always believed that I don't want kids to stop you from becoming what you want it to be. You've had your children. You know, you always find a way. And he's a very you know, we're both like, we co-parent. It's not like all the responsibility is only on me. Both of us are equally invested with taking all the responsibility.
And what is your take on this term called, which you are, mompreneur?
I think it's beautiful, yeah. At least moms now have a name to themselves. You know, see, right now it's very different, but back in 2015, 2016, 2017, I don't think people looked at mums coming out there and doing things. Right now, everything's become very different.
Because a lot of that has
happened because of so many women who stepped out and made space for other women to come now and say, yes, we can do it. It's as easy as that. But you had to break a lot of glass ceilings back then. A lot of people have done a lot to be. So I think that term was sort of coined in those years.
Yeah.
And now it's cool to be a mompreneur. अभी तो क्या है, पहले हम बोलते थे gender equality, अब सब कुछ लगता है कि even that is sort of passé. You know, now everyone's like on equal terms on anything.
Right.
But back then a lot of all this was because women weren't doing as much. बहुत कम CEOs दिखते थे आपको, बहुत कम टॉप लेवल पे women दिखते थे. अब तो मतलब in every field, everywhere you're seeing women equally be part of.
Even in Bollywood for that matter, the number of directors, I mean, that's, you know, with all we imagine is right and whatnot, that's a big discussion point which came up. Lapata ladies also. This is something which used to be keep spoken about, you know, whether it is the film staff which is on set or the producers or the directors. The number of women used to be less, which, like you correctly mentioned, it's seen a sort of a sea change.
Yeah, absolutely. Even when I started off, there weren't as many female people on set. Now it's like sometimes a lot of your ADs are only women, which is beautiful.
So, you know, you said that you did this course and you researched a lot about it and you came up with the product. But fair enough, you had the financial backing, no doubt. But obviously there must have been a particular set of challenges.
You know, right, actually, आपने जैसे कहा financial backing, मैंने एक इतना ही saved amount रखा था इस brand के लिए. I was very passionate. I was very good at marketing the product, at making the correct product. But at that given point of time, I didn't know the business know-how. Distribution is
yeah.
another animal altogether. So I didn't understand how to distribute the product.
Okay.
And I think that's why Love Organically didn't reach where it should have, considering the kind of products it had, etc. And I've recently done a partnership with another co-founder of mine who's come on board. And, he's got a whole lot of experience on distribution. Because, it's always better to find someone in business who doesn't have what you have. So, his business needed someone who understands product, who understands how to package a product, how to market, how to write, how to present it. And we wanted someone who could do sales, who understands distribution, who understands business. Because passion alone can't drive it. Of course, your intent is pure, and that's why you're still here so many years later. But you still need a good amount of push in your business to be able to get there. And I think with the two of us coming together, I think we're going to have a good year.
I mean, it's best of both the worlds coming
Yes,
together. You have the product, the strength of the product, Love
Yeah.
Organically, and this particular person has the know-how in distribution.
Correct. Yes.
Okay. So this process has already begun. It is going to
So it's
begin.
already happened. We're going to announce the collaboration very soon.
Okay. Okay. Best of luck for that.
Thank you.
And I mean, what are your views on? There is a word which has sort of gone viral in the last 2 years, right? Sustainability.
Yeah.
What are your views on it, and how do people actually sort of become more sustainable? And are you practicing that in your product, in your life?
So, I think sustainability is something that should be taught to children from the day they are born. I mean, we don't have time. See what's happening in LA. See what's happening around the world. See the floods that are
LA
happening in
is just-
Saudi. It's not just there. See, everywhere in the world. I mean, the climate is shouting back at you. Mother Earth is screaming that enough. So I
LA
think
is like a real life disaster Hollywood movie.
it's crazy.
It's insane.
It's insane.
It's insane.
Insane. So I feel like, we all need to be responsible. See, we've lived a good life. We've got Mother Earth, we've got water, we've got good air, we've got clean everything. But what about our children? We need to ensure that they too have the privilege of living just like us. So I think everyone needs to do their bit. We've done it on our film sets. I don't know if you heard of it, but during Coolie #1, we replaced our plastic bottles with metal bottles. It was the first Indian film set that did it.
Okay.
And it was very gratifying when the Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji applauded us for doing what we did.
Okay.
So that was the first film where we started, an angle of sustainability. Unfortunately, हमारी जो next film थी Bell Bottom, उसमें COVID आ गया. COVID की वजह से a lot of things went haywire because आप कुछ touch नहीं कर सकते थे. Bottles है, ये है.
That was another time. Like you were just mentioning LA wildfires right now. Then you look back 4 years before, there was COVID. We didn't know when it was going to finish, what is going to happen.
The industry also, I must tell
The
you.
industry was very badly impacted. I mean,
So the entire film industry had come to a standstill. I don't know if you know this, but we were the only production house that
Bell
was,
Bottom, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
We were the only production house that was working during the pandemic. So there was another film called Mission Impossible, which also shut down midway because someone, caught the virus. So in in the world, we were the only film which actually managed to start and finish. We maintained our bubbles, we maintained our protocols. And I think for us, like you always asking, what are the things that you take back? These are the challenges. But my father, my brother and me, we took this head on. We said, we can make this work as long as nobody knew what the virus was. Nobody knew how it's transiting. Kabhi koi strain aa raha hai, kabhi koi strain aa raha hai. But we dealt with the governments in India, in UK, in Scotland, and I think we put together a very beautiful protocol. We understood how this works. And we also started shooting, and we finished the whole film during the pandemic. I don't know if you've seen Bell Bottom.
No,
It's a very, very good film.
I remember
It's on
hearing about
Amazon
this
Prime.
news also. The fact that you guys were shooting and you completed Bell Bottom during the
Yeah.
pandemic. I remember reading that news. I was like, this is interesting.
Yeah.
Because again,
and you must see the film. You can't tell, and it's a beautiful film.
The one film which I have not seen, which I really want to see, which was coming out of your production house, is Madari. Because I was just reading up on the while searching for the questions
Yeah.
for the interview, I was reading up on the story, and that is
It's a
quite
very, very
interesting. So
beautiful
Madari is definitely something which I will be seeing.
Yes.
But I mean, we've spoken a lot. We've spoken about film production. We've spoken about entrepreneurship. You've got pretty big year with a movie coming up, with getting into the distribution angle, etc. Thanks so much for talking to us. Quite a detailed discussion. So detailed that I think my throat got dry and I started coughing in the middle also. You were generous enough to sort of give us a break that time. But thanks a lot. All the best for the future,
Thank
and
you.
looking forward to some exciting projects coming up from Pooja Productions and Love Organically, of course.
Thank you so much. Thank
Take
you
care.
so much for having me. Thank you.
Take care.